on Market Table. I'm visiting Medina's historic public square. Join me as I browse the farmers market, meet the local farmers and vendors, and create a simple, family-friendly meal using fresh, organic produce. This morning, I'm shopping for the ingredients to make a delicious and fresh grilled avocado chicken dish. To the market we go. My name is Kristin Gambaccini, and this is Market Table. We're here with Kristina from the Olive Tap, and I'm super excited to be here because not only does she sell these amazing olive oils and vinegars and all kinds of stuff here on the square, but she actually has a brick and mortar store right behind us. Is that right?
Yeah, I do. So when people don't see something that they're looking for here, we have about 100 flavors. We can't bring it all to the market. We can just send them across the street to the store.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really nice to be local to Medina.
It is. That's so awesome. And so tell me a little bit about what it is that makes the olive oil from the Olive Tap different than just going to the grocery store and buying a bottle of olive oil.
Well, we bottle on site, which is really nice because people can get a unique size, their own size. Also, we specialize in extra virgin olive oils and balsamic vinegars, but they're tested, third-party tested. With the grocery stores, there have been some issues with them being cut with other oils, and we're kind of your advocate when it comes to that.
Yes. Yeah. That's interesting. I did not know that. I did not know that. So I am going to be creating a dish. It's a grilled avocado chicken dish. And so it is going to be super flavorful, but I need an extra virgin olive oil and I need a vinegar. I need a balsamic vinegar. So what do you suggest for a dish like that? It's very summery.
Very summery. Well, when you said chicken, obviously rosemary is poultry's best friend. So we have rosemary in our Tuscan herb oil, and our Tuscan herb has also basil, garlic. It's very creamy. Avocado is very creamy, so I think that would be a really nice first one. Can I set that there for you?
Yeah.
I don't want you to leave without it.
Absolutely.
And then to drizzle over, or you're the chef, I'll leave it up to you, but we also have a fig balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
And the fig balsamic is really nice. It holds up well against garlic since you're using such an aromatic, such a strong flavor. This one would be great on chicken as well, and very summery, believe it or not, because it's sweet.
Okay.
And I think I told you there's no added sugar, but they drink like fruit juice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, our vinegars are very sweet.
Interesting.
Very delicious. Yeah.
That's interesting. Now you actually have you have two somebodies standing behind you.
Never saw them before.
No, we don't know who they are. They're just standing right behind you.
If I blink twice, it means help. We're a small family-owned business on the square. This is my nephew Devin, my nephew Isaac. And I'm lucky enough to get this labor for the farmers market because it's kind of a one-woman show over there.
Yes, and it's great. It's great. I think that just reiterates what the farmers market all about, which is local people, but local family-oriented.
Absolutely.
So I love that.
Absolutely. Props to the people coming out today. It was a little rainy earlier. It's a little gloomy, and people still come out. And I think it's because they want somebody who can talk about what they're giving you. At the grocery store, you're just kind of risking it and grabbing it off the shelf. Here, if you're looking at some broccoli, you can talk to the person who grew it, which is really nice. Also, you're supporting local, and usually you're supporting families that go to Medina schools and such. And it's a nice thing. We're grateful. I can speak, I think, for all the different small businesses that we're really grateful.
Yeah. And she just sold you the farmers market. Well, thank you for talking to us today. We appreciate it.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to my kitchen. We had such a great time at the farmers market. We met Kristina from the Olive Tap, and she is an incredible resource on all things extra virgin olive oil and vinegar. She had so much great information and so many great tips for using these in your food. I'm really excited about today's dish, and I have to be honest with you, we did eat it last night. The kids saw all the ingredients sitting out on the counter and they really wanted to have it for dinner. So this is my second time making it, which is totally fine. My kitchen smells amazing. We're making a grilled avocado chicken dish, and it is phenomenal. I can tell you right now, since we've already eaten it. We're gonna put it together really fast. I've already got my grill heated up, ready to go. So I'm going to show you how to make the marinade. So we have 4 thin chicken breasts. My kids prefer them thin cut. They don't like chewy, thick chicken. Plus they're a lot faster to put over the grill and heat up on a crazy summer school night, you know, where you've got soccer and all the events. So we're going to start with the marinade, and using the balsamic vinaigrette and the olive oil that we got from the olive tap. This is the Tuscan herb olive oil. And this is the Fig Reserva balsamic vinegar. And I can tell you, Christina, if you go in with a recipe idea, Christina can tell you exactly which vinegars or which oils will suit the flavor best. She's very knowledgeable about that. So we're going to start with 3/4 of a cup of the balsamic vinaigrette. Put it in my big mixing bowl. Okay. We need a 1/4 cup of honey, which I already have it kind of measured out here in this little bowl, so I'm just going to add it in. Already, just with these 2 things, it smells amazing. It's just going to get better from here too. Next would be 3 cloves of minced garlic. If you buy your garlic pre-minced, it's a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic is 1 clove. So I have basically 1.5 teaspoons of garlic in this little cup here, but I like to use fresh garlic cloves. I think it just gives it more of a pop of a flavor. 2 tablespoons of the olive oil is next, and again, this is her Tuscan herb olive oil. 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. Just sprinkle that on top. And a little bit of salt and pepper. I like to use black peppercorn and kind of do it myself to give it that really fresh pepper flavor. Plus my kids love to turn this thing and make it work. That's probably the biggest reason why we use this. Okay, so we're just going to kind of really whisk this together. Get the oils and the vinegar to mix up as best as we can. If you don't know, the Olive Tap actually has a storefront on the square, and they also sell at the farmers market. So if you don't make it to the farmers market on Saturday, you can still go to the storefront during the week. It's a brick and mortar store right on the square. So many fun things to do on the square, so you can make a whole afternoon trip out of it. Okay, I think that's mixed up enough. So I'm going to add my chicken to the marinade, and then I'll just let it soak. I'm going to probably let it soak for about a 1/2 hour in this marinade before I take it out on the grill. You can also cook this inside if you have an inside grill like the George Foreman, or if you have an air fryer, you would want to make sure that you get a lot of these liquids off. I think that the best way to cook it is outside on the grill. So I'm going to let this soak for about a 1/2 hour. I'm going to put it on my grill, and then I'll be back.
From high school sports to community events and beyond, you can find all of your favorite local shows on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Hi, I'm Kristin Gambaccini from Craft Table. You can check out my show as well as other local favorites such as Medina Minute, Cooking with Kelly, and Leisure and Literature on Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Check us out right now on Channel 100, or search Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on YouTube for playlists and much more. Spirit, town pride, community. This is the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
So we're back. We've got our chicken grilled here. It smells delicious just as it is. I know I told you last night we actually ate this for dinner, and I will tell you, at this point, I took some of the chicken and I set it aside for my younger kids because the stuff we're going to add on top right now is a little bit fancier palate than what they're used to. My older kids loved it though. So we have our grilled chicken here. We have some fresh mozzarella slices. I have an avocado here I'm going to slice up. Fresh basil. I love basil. There's one herb in my kitchen that I keep all year round. I have fresh basil in my kitchen all the time. it's just phenomenal. I even love to just like brush up against it just to get the smell in the kitchen. And then I have some cut up Roma tomatoes. Whatever tomato you prefer is obviously totally fine. You can't go wrong with this dish. So if you prefer a beefsteak or a different type of tomato, even cut up cherry tomatoes would be great with this. So let me go on ahead and slice up the avocado. I did wait to do this because, as we all know, if you've ever made homemade guacamole, the avocado tends to turn brown if you cut it and let it sit for a long time. So in my dishes that do have avocado, I typically always wait until right before ready to serve or use it to cut the avocado. So let me get this second one here. This is such an amazing blend of flavors, the avocado and the tomato and the basil. It's just, this is such a good dish and it's easy, and that's my favorite thing. So we have the chicken here. I'm gonna start by layering some mozzarella cheese on top, and if your chicken's hot like mine right off the grill, it will kind of start to melt and stick on there, which is great. This is another dish though that if you grilled your chicken and put it in the fridge for later and had it cold, it would be good too, even on top of a salad. So many options for this dish. It's just delicious. So I have the mozzarella. I'm going to add a little bit of the avocado, and actually I think what I'm going to do, I've changed my mind a little bit, and I'm going to cut these into smaller pieces. I left them larger last night for my older kids, and that was fine. But when you cut your chicken, you know, you end up cutting the avocado too, so it worked. But for this, I'm going to see about kind of sprinkling the avocado on, just some chunks of it. And then the last step will be the tomato. So because I've already cut my avocado and then I decided to chop it, I'm going to do the same thing with my tomatoes. I'm just going to chop them up a bit, just to make the dish cohesive when you're looking at it. These are actually not fresh from the garden. We're a little early in summer yet, but I can only imagine what this chicken would taste like with tomatoes fresh from the garden. It's just phenomenal. So we've got a couple here. I'm going to add them on top. It's already so pretty. It's just such a pretty dish. Sometimes I make stuff and it doesn't quite turn out the way I hoped, as far as the way that it looks, but it still tastes good, and that's what I always tell my kids. It's about how it tastes, not how it looks. But this dish, I feel like really it pulls out all the stops. It looks so fancy. It's such, even if you were entertaining and you really wanted to wow your guests, I think this dish would be perfect. So the last step is going to be my chopped up basil, and this is actually not the last step. There's one more really important one, guys. This is the second to last step. So we've got the chopped up basil, and then we're gonna drizzle some, I've got the tomato juices on my fingers and my basil is sticking. Okay, there we go. We're gonna drizzle a little bit more of that balsamic vinaigrette on top, and it's just gonna seal all those flavors in. It's amazing. Drizzle it, oh my gosh. Look at that. How beautiful is that? You could add a little bit you could add a little bit more salt and pepper on top, or you could just leave it as is. So beautiful. It smells so good, and it makes such a huge presentation on a plate. I love this chicken so much. I hope you do too. If you make it, make sure to tag me. I'd love to see your version of the grilled chicken avocado dish. Thanks. Head to KristinGambaciniBlog.com for this recipe and others seen on Market Table.